GED Math, when to use repetition in counting. Have you ever wondered how many different ways you can choose items when some can be repeated? This is a key concept in counting principles, especially for the general educational development mathematical reasoning section. Let's break it down. In counting principles, we often distinguish between two types of counting, with repetition and without repetition. Knowing when to use each type is essential for solving problems accurately. You use repetition when the choices or events are independent. This means that after making one choice, the same options remains available for the next choice. For example, think about rolling a 6-sided die. Each time you roll, you have 6 possible outcomes. The result of the first roll does not affect the second roll. Another example is drawing a card from a deck and putting it back before drawing again. Since the deck remains unchanged, you can draw the same card multiple times. Now, how do you calculate the total outcomes when using repetition? It's quite simple. You multiply the number of choices for each event. If you have 3 choices for the first event and 3 choices for the second event, you multiply 3 by 3 to get 9 total outcomes. But what if you cannot repeat items? In that case, you would not use repetition. This is common in scenarios where selecting one item reduces the number of choices for the next. For instance, if you are arranging people in seats or selecting unique items, once you choose one, it cannot be selected again. Let's look at some practical examples for the General Educational Development Test. If you are asked how many 3-digit numbers can be formed using the digits 1 through 5 with repetition, you would multiply 5 choices for each digit. That gives you 5 times 5 times 5, which equals 125. On the other hand, if repetition is not allowed, you would multiply decreasing choices. For example, if you have 5 choices for the first digit, 4 for the second, and 3 for the third, you would calculate 5 times 4 times 3 to get 60. A helpful tip for the General Educational Development Test is to pay attention to the wording in the problem. Look for phrases like with replacement or can be repeated, which indicate that repetition is allowed. If the problem states without replacement or no repeats, then you know repetition is not used. Understanding when to use repetition helps you apply the fundamental counting principle correctly. This knowledge is vital for accurately counting possible outcomes in data analysis and statistics problems on the General Educational Development Test.